Hello YouTube, this is Largo64. Continuing the video that I started on the death penalty because I ran out of time and I wanted to finish this up. What I was doing was answering an article by Dudley Sharp. He is critical of the Death Penalty Information Center and its statements about how many people have been released from death row with evidence of innocence. He claims that the evidence is not there and that they are not necessarily innocent, and that in any case there aren't enough people being released to overturn the death penalty, to stop executions entirely. So this is my taking up his arguments about that. I'm going to, I already recorded all this, so I'm going to add in the ones that did not get on the previous video, and then we'll wrap it up and go on to the next topic, which will be probably having to do with the methods of the death penalty and whether or not they are cruel and unusual. You go on, and there is no proof of an innocent executed within the U.S. since 1900. Now, by no proof, I must assume you mean that no cases are disputed. Just to name a couple still being debated from memory from my lifetime, and actually before my lifetime, Sacco and Vanzetti were executed on the flimsiest of evidence and were very likely innocent of the murder they were convicted of. Now, I know that because I read the transcript of the trial, and I know how those men were railroaded. Then Bruno Hauptmann may or may not have killed the Lindbergh baby, but that case is disputed to this day. The standard of reasonable doubt is simply not high enough to protect the rights and lives of citizens when reasonable people can dispute such cases even generations after the participants are dead of old age. Sharp says some supporters of a moratorium and death penalty opponents claim that a concern for innocence is why they want to halt executions. Yet history and reason confirm that an end to executions will result in more innocents harmed and murdered. Now, this is pure bunk, Mr. Sharp. The society that refused to execute someone is no more responsible for that person's subsequent action than it is for anyone else's. Crimes will be committed, and we will deal with them as we can. But official murder will never be a right way to deal with criminal murder. Now, you say here, and I put it in red because you seem really strong about this, death penalty opponents, no, well, first it says a concern for the innocent will result in a rejection of a moratorium and more support for executions, either by a moratorium or by outright repeal. Stopping executions will always put many more innocents at risk. You repeat this. And you say death penalty opponents know this. Their alleged concern for innocence is but another distortion-based campaign to end the death penalty. Now, you're imputing motives to death penalty opponents that you can't possibly know. This is just your point of view. At any rate, if you're watching this, Mr. Sharp, I wish you would answer me, either by a video or a personal message or however you'd like to. I'd like to know why you changed your mind. Why were you once against official taking of life and now you're for it? This does not make sense to me.